here's what you might have missed. We're Colin and Pam, and we moved from Kelowna, BC, Canada, to Penang, Malaysia in July 2022. We've been learning about life here in Malaysia and exploring the region. This podcast is a way for us to share our experiences with you, whether you're interested in learning about living as an expat, or you just want to keep up with what we're up to. Now you're caught up.
Hey everyone, before I get into this podcast, I just want to acknowledge that while I'm recording this, I'm also following a whole bunch of news stories from back home in British Columbia, Canada, where friends and family, people who are close and people we care about are currently facing some wildfires. A number of people we know have been evacuated from their homes, and we don't know if their homes will still be standing by morning or not. We pray that they are, and I just want to say that to all of you who are watching, who are affected by these wildfires, we are thinking about you and we're praying for you. Those of you that know me know that football is one of my favorite sports to watch. I'm talking about North American or gridiron football. And of course, I love to watch Canadian football. I enjoy NFL as well, but the Canadian Football League is my favorite football to watch. And one of my concerns when we moved to Malaysia was that it would be difficult, if not impossible, for me to continue to watch my games. Last year, they did have their games broadcast online. It was a subscription fee, so I had to pay, and I was able to watch all of the games online. And I was also able to, if the games were on in the middle of the night, say, I could rebroadcast them later. However, this year, they discontinued their paid online streaming service. What they've done instead is, outside of North America, they've made all of their games available online through their website for free. When a game is on, I can just log on to their website and watch the game. I'm really appreciating that they're making the games available online for free, but I do wish I could rebroadcast some of the games later, since they do occasionally come on rather early in the morning. Our time zone here is exactly 12 hours different than the Eastern time zone. So if a game is broadcast at 7 in the evening, which most of the games seem to be, it's 7 in the morning here, which works out really well. But occasionally they will have an afternoon game, and those games sometimes will be on at say noon or 4. That gets to be the middle of the night here. It makes it difficult to watch them. But for the most part so far, I've been able to watch the games live. Even on Sunday mornings when they have a game, I can get up and I can watch a game that's being broadcast on Saturday night in Canada, and I can watch the game here live and still have time to get ready and go to church. And so that's been really handy and helpful. The other thing that I find kind of annoying with it is they're using the same stream that TSN broadcasts on their TV channels, except when it comes to commercials. They cut the commercials out and they just put in their own CFL content, which is usually placeholder slides with this annoying music that plays in behind them. So that's something they could definitely improve. Like I said, last year I paid for the service and I was more than happy to do it. Other than that, I am really enjoying my CFL.
Last Saturday was voting day here in Penang. Now, you might remember last fall we had an election here in Malaysia. In fact, I did a whole video on my take on that, and I'll put a link to the video down in the description if you want to check it out. But this time, instead of it being a federal election, it was just an election, a state election. There was 6 states that were holding state elections this time around, so it was a significant amount. There are 13 states in Malaysia, so almost half of them were having elections. The outcome of the elections left everything looking essentially the same as they had. The same parties were in power as the ones before, but of course the main opposition party in the country did make some serious gains, percentage-wise and seat-wise. So there is all the hand-wringing that comes with that, and the political pundits who try to read into that, whether it's valid or not. Politics here and the reporting on politics here, it is not that different than Canada. There's a lot of noise and not always a lot of substance. Another thing I learned particularly about the political parties is that not only are the various political parties very closely aligned from the federal level to the state level, but they're almost locked in sync. At the federal level, they had say over who was going to run for them on the state level in various ridings and things like that. They're not just similar brands, but at the state level, they're the exact same brand, which was interesting to me. Other than that, I can't say that I am any more an expert on Malaysia and Malaysian politics than I was before I even came to Malaysia, because so much of it still confuses me immensely.
Once again, I just want to say thanks for checking out our video today, and I want to let you know that if you keep tuning in, hopefully in the next week or so, I'm going to be adding a few elements to help spruce things up, spice things up a little bit, make the videos a little bit easier to watch maybe. Don't forget to click on subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. See you next week.
Did you enjoy the video? Join these toes on our journey. Hit subscribe and never miss a new adventure. Leave us a comment too. We love your feedback.